All right, how's everybody going? Here's Shawnee from Fast Haul Diving Services coming at you. Your favorite diving service here in Australia. Gonna pop in the water here and go on down and have a good look at this Etap 37. As we cruise along, you can see here that most of the fouling looks fairly even. It actually might not look too bad, but as we get up closer here in just a moment, we're going to have a slower, close look. There we are. We can see that there is a nice even buildup of fouling, and we're going to take care of that, and we're going to get that water line all spotless. And by the time we're done with this vessel, she's going to be just almost as good as a fresh coat of bottom paint, and she'll certainly sail that way. So we're going to flip on around here. We'll take a second pass here as we make our way back to the stern. All right, we're going to take a look at that keel very briefly, and we'll come back and do a better inspection on that, but we're just giving it a once over. Going to come up to the sail jibe and have a closer look. That was one of the areas of concern for the owner, and rightfully so. It's got quite a bit of fouling on there, barnacles and hardshell. So I'm going to have a little peek here at the anode briefly, and just its overall condition. You can see there quite clearly all that fouling on there. What you can't see is I'm fiddling with that prop because it didn't want to close all the way, so the owner wasn't getting maximum sailing performance on this vessel. But there you can see I've worked it, and it is closing. Just having a feel of things, how it turns, and everything looked all right mechanically. So we're just going to look real close here. You can see, yes, that there's definitely quite a bit of fouling on the bottom of this vessel, although it is quite evenly distributed. So we'll take care of all that and get all those through alls nice and clear too at the same time. So let's go ahead and do the inspection on that anode here. We want to see what's going on. I want to zip on over here to my ditty bag and grab out the tools that I'm going to need to clean that off. There we go. Got that rubbed off, and we can see that anode. It's got a bit of chunks missing out of that. We're going to see. I'm grabbing that number for verification, and that anode is going to need to come off of there. Look, there's a whole piece, one of the three pieces there that's missing. It's broken out of there, so we're gonna change that out. And the owner would like me to take care of that on another dive, and we'll do another clean here on it and just get everything ship shape and perfect for him. So we'll have that video coming up at a later date. You can see that now is opening and closing, although it's very fouled up, and we'll get that all cleaned and sorted as well. Move on over to the rudder and have a little bit of a look here. Yep, she's got some fouling on there too, especially on that leading edge, so you'd certainly feel some performance reduction in that rudder. Hey, who's that good looking fellow? All right, let's have a quick look. Just off to the left there, you can see the port side of that rudder, and it's going to need a good clean. All right, let's hang loose and get to work. And you can see there now that is partially clean. You can see where I've cleaned, and definitely the pigmentation on that anti-foul is starting to fade. We'll keep on doing that. We're just going with as light of pad as we can. Later on with that heavy debris, I'm going to switch to a one courser pad, which is still very light, but it'll be just enough to get the stuff off. All right, so I'm using the Ocean Reef Neptune 2 mast there, coupled with the Mares, depending how you like to say that, second stage MR12-3 second stage that does not have a dial of breath on that. It does have the bypass Venturi tube on it, and it doesn't require any adjusting. Works excellent inverted, horizontal, vertical, great all-round regulator, and I can adjust the flow through the exhaust on this particular dive. And with my latest surface supply setup, I didn't actually have to touch that exhaust valve at all, so super comfy. And we're going to just keep on getting everything brought back. You can see there that just the fouling is coming off with that light pad. It takes a lot of elbow grease. Run over that numerous times to get it down right, but you can clearly see where I've done, where I haven't there. There's that distinct line there as I work my way over. All right, well, we'll just keep on scrubbing, and it's all going really good. So a few points on that full face mask is it does accept any third-party second stage, and there's been some discussions with some pros in this industry about full face masks and being able to communicate with your client. On this job I had to communicate with my client several times, but you see those two balls there just floating on the bottom of that chin strap. Those are the quick release, so I can just grab that. I just come up to surface, I pop those back, I leave the rest adjusted. I can flip that mask right up, I can have my chat and pop it right down. So we had several conversations and it was no problem on the surface. Now here, have a look at that keel to hull joint there. We're going to have a closer look at that in a minute. Better say hello. Woohoo! All right, let's keep on going. Got some visitors coming in, getting a bit of a feed. Nom, 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 nom. Oops, didn't like that. Oh well. There he started swimming around me. I was like, hey, how you guys doing? That brim was pretty good size. Actually, the camera's a bit deceiving. He was within arm's reach. We'll just swim over and see if he spooks. No, they're just swimming around me. So let's go ahead and have a closer look at that keel to hull joint there. You can see that the paint has slipped away. We've got some exposed metal there with a bit of corrosion starting. So we're going to want to have that looked at on the next haul out. We'll keep an eye on that and make sure that it stays as well as possible until that can be taken care of on the next haul out. So there we go. It's a bit of an area to keep an eye on, that's for sure, and get that all taken care of. I'm going to go around slow. This way the owner can have a good look and see exactly what's there. You can see that's exposed all the way around. Alright, so I've not cleaned right underneath the bottom of that keel yet, but I've cleaned all around the top. So I'm just going around, have a good inspection underneath. Just wanted the owner to be able to see how that stuff is exposed. We're getting barnacles down there. I'm going to get that all cleaned off here in a moment, but I wanted to make sure that the owner could see what was happening under there, because I don't think there's been too much attention paid in past by either previous service personnel. So there we go. We've got that all clean now. Barnacles are taken back. You can see those exposed metal bits. There we go. There's that sail jive. You can see that's all nice and cleared off. And we're going to do our final run inspection. There's that starting at the rear rudder on the starboard side, working our way around. You see there's all nice and clear. Let's go for a cruise, shall we? We'll head up towards the bow, taking a look here at the starboard side, and those through hulls are looking nice and clear. And we'll keep on moving up here towards the bow. Everything's looking nice and smooth. There's no casings left. We're going to turn off and look at the starboard side of the keel here now. Oh, there's our friend the Brim. Hey Brim, how you doing? There's a few of his buddies hanging off in the distance. Now have a nice close look here at this bulb, and definitely you can see that exposed metal with some staining there, some rust staining coming through, and you can see that keel may have rubbed some sand or touched bottom once in a while, or it just hasn't been coated the last few times, possibly at the yard. That's something to keep an eye out for in future. So we'll just cruise up all the way up to the bow line here. There we go, stem to stern, all looking good. Well, we check out this port side now. Here's the port side, nice and smooth. See that? Oh yeah, all that fouling is completely gone, which is just as smooth as brand new paints. And here's all our Brim friends hanging around still. Hey buddy, how you going? Hey, look at all those Brim, man, they're just circling around. Beautiful. Alright, so there again we see the same sort of scenario as we did on the starboard side. We've got a bit of a blister happening there on the bottom, and there's a couple that are broken right off and are exposed. We're going to go ahead and cruise back on up. Continue on checking that hull out. Yeah, it's looking all nice and clean. So we'll cruise on back and have a quick look at that sail drive. Yeah, she's good now. Working good. And we'll clear that surface supply line as we work our way back. And we'll check the rudder here on the port side, and it is nice and clean. And you can definitely see the surface pigment has started to fade by the sun. Now, we're going to just take one last look at that folding prop. It's been all cleared out and everything. She's looking good now. There we go. Working good, nice and clean, nice and smooth. Yep, she's opening real easy now. Spinning well. All right. Well, that's another job complete for Fast Haul Diving Services here in Australia. Hope that you've had a good time. I certainly have. And until next time, keep the bubbles rising.